What we've tried to do here is to bring a little bit of Galena to Moline.
I want to constantly have new beers on, constantly giving people a reason to come back.
The history of this building, I mean, if these walls could talk, huh?
Oh man.
The things it's seen.
We are revisiting some of our favorite places, but with new spins on them. Everything old is new again. We're at the Galena Brewing Company, but not in Galena.
Right.
We're at the tap room here in Moline. Warren, it's great to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
So last time we hung out a couple of years ago on the show, we were at your brewery and restaurant up there in Galena.
Correct.
Where, by the way, the best pretzels on planet Earth. The pretzels come out and they're enormous. You got to go to Galena for that. You can't get those in Moline, not yet at least.
Yes.
So you've got a great brewery up there. It's been open for, gosh, are you coming up on 10 years?
10 years, yes.
So 10 years in the craft brewing world is a lifetime.
It is actually. Yeah, there's been such a change in the market and there's such a change in the number of breweries. And many breweries have started up around us, like in Dubuque.
Right, Dubuque's a real scene now.
Yeah, it is.
And when you started in 2010, there weren't any breweries.
No, there was one.
Dubuque has a great brewing history, but in terms of where we were 10 years ago, there was nothing.
Correct.
So because you're so close there and because it's a tourist destination, you have people from Chicago that love to go to Galena.
Exactly.
They fall in love with your beer, they have it there.
Yes.
And when you guys opened up, there were how many craft breweries in America?
At that time, there were only 1,500 in the whole of the United States.
The entire country. And now how many?
And now there's about 7,200.
And by the time you see this, that number will be probably 14,000.
Exactly.
It's just, I mean, it's growing.
Exponentially, yes.
And that's kind of, I guess we should get to that because that's why you have a tap room here in Moline, right?
Exactly.
It's just the way things kind of changed.
Yeah, the competition for shelf space at the retailers has been intense. As everybody knows, you go into any retailer and you'll just see an ocean of different cans in front of you. And the small brewers like ourselves kind of get squeezed out. And so therefore, there's been a change in tactic. And now smaller brewers are opening up ale houses. And there are a number in the Quad Cities so that we can get closer to our ultimate customer. We want to be able to really parley with the customer personally and see how they enjoy our beers, modify our offerings in that way. And so an ale house allows us to extend our bar essentially to do that.
So rather than finding your beer on the store shelves like we used to be able to years ago, you won't find it on store shelves anymore. You need to come here and drink it in the environment that you've kind of created here.
Correct.
Well, you've created this party place to really make sure. I mean, is that a quality control thing to make sure that your beer is being drunk under the best possible conditions?
Absolutely.
Right on.
When with staff that understand our beers and can describe them to the customers and help them with the whole experience, that is a kind of a perfect option for us. And
then not a knock on the grocery stores or liquor stores where you get your favorite craft beer, but they're overwhelmed. If I go up with a 4-pack or a 6-pack of a Galena Brewing Company beer and I say, what can you tell me about this beer? They'll say, it's $9.99, right? I mean, that's all they know about it. Whereas here you can kind of walk me through and tell me the story of the beer. Craft beer, if anything, it's about stories. It's about, tell me about what this beer is and where it comes from and what the ingredients are and what the mindset is and what you were going for. And you can get all of that here.
Correct. It's about history and it's about culture. What we've tried to do here is to bring a little bit of Galena to Moline. We sell not only our beer, but also Galena popcorn, Galena wine, and so our staff know all about the history of Galena. We have it on the wall here to tell the story about Red Stripe and how Red Stripe came from Galena 100 years ago.
Can I ask you about the process of getting the beer from Galena to Moline? That's kind of an arduous task. It's not. I would assume it's a lot easier than it is.
Well, because we have just a liquor license here, we are essentially a bar. We have to sell our beer to a distributor, and then who brings it to Moline, and then we have to buy it back from them to sell it on our bar.
So you make the beer. You sell the beer to a distributor.
Yes.
The distributor then brings it from Galena to here, and you have to buy your own beer.
Correct.
I mentioned you're your number one customer, or?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So now there's a way around that, I guess, and that is for you to set up maybe a pilot system or something, because none of the beer that is served in Moline is made in Moline. No. Everything's made in Galena.
No.
So at some point, have you thought about maybe making some beer here?
Correct. So in the new year, we plan on installing, once we have approval from the TTB and the Liquor Commission and so on.
And they take their sweet time, by the way.
We will install a pilot system here, and that will allow us to address the particular palates of the people in Quad Cities.
So you'll be able to make beer here that they can't get in Galena?
Correct.
Well, I like that.
Yes.
Can we talk about this space? Because, I mean, as far as location, it couldn't be in a better place than downtown Moline.
Yes.
Right now, as we're taping this, there are people here from the Arsenal having a private party.
Yes.
I have to imagine, I mean, you're right at the off-ramp. They can't help but see the place,
exactly.
right?
So we put a sign in the window that says thirsty.
That's great. This is your New England. No, I've not had this. A New England
it's
IPA?
Called Hopsum, yeah. It's a
Hopsum.
New England IPA, juicy, hazy IPA.
Okay. How long has this been out?
That's been out for about 2 months.
And what do you have there, Warren?
And this one is our Uptown Brown.
Uptown Brown.
We brought back the brown ale because there was so much demand for it. We had stopped making it, but we brought it back, and so this is the Uptown Brown.
Well, downtown Moline is where you'll find a little bit of Galena. It's, again, the Galena Brewing Company. It's the tap room.
Tap room, yes.
And they've got, I mean, you've got just about everything that Galena makes here.
It is. Everything that we make there is also represented here.
Terrific.
And in future, there will be some new ones.
What's the ABV on this?
That is about 5 to 6.
Cheers. That's
Cheers.
Marvelous stuff. Galena Brewing Company, downtown Moline. You'll love it. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
One of the big things that I was trying to do when I got in here was to make some beers that were more approachable for people that drink other things.